Dahil sa pandemyang dulot ng COVID-19, nahaharap tayo sa matinding hamon sa edukasyon. Ngunit hindi ito hadlang para tayo ay tumigil sa pagkakatuto. Kaya naman, tayo ay gumagawa ng paraan gamit ang makabagong teknolohiya sa pagharap natin sa new normal. Tayo ay magkakaroon ng bagong classrooms at virtual class sa Sipnayan. Makakatulong ang video na ito upang lalo natin matutunan ang lessons dahil maaari natin ulit-ulitin ang discussion. Ako po si Sir Louie. Tara, aral tayo. Solving quadratic equation by factoring. Let's start. Solve each quadratic equation by factoring. So we have number 1. X squared minus 6x is equal to negative 8. So dito, we have to arrange it into the form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Since hindi pa siya naka-arrange, arrange natin siya. So, since x squared is the quadratic term and the linear term is negative 6x, and since ito ay nandito sa dapat ay 0, kailangan maging equal 0, lipat natin siya sa kabila, or by eliminating, add both sides by 8. So, this would be plus 8, tapos ito ay 0 na. Kasi negative 8 plus 8 is 0. So this is now in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So then, by factoring, hanapin natin yung factors niya. Of course, we have x and then another x here. Now, since it is a negative and a positive, so ang chances niyan ay dapat yung dulo, ang chances niyan is a negative or a positive. Since ito ay lumabas ay negative, so that would be a negative. So negative times negative is a positive. Negative plus negative is negative. Tapos isip tayo ng factors ng 8 na pwedeng lumabas kapag inad or sinubtract mo 6. So kailangan meron tayong 4 and 2. 4 and 2, pwede siya maging 6. And then 4 times 2 is 8. So, pwede ba magkabaliktad? Pwede, since they have the same sign. So, pwede tayong magdalawang equation. So, x minus 2 is equal to 0. X minus 4 equals 0. So therefore, our answer, pag nilipat lang natin yan, x is equal to positive 2 and x is equal to positive 4. So that would be the answer for number 1. We have number 2. Number 2, we have the quantity x plus 2 squared is equal to 9. Makikita natin dito, pwede natin gamitin yung extracting square root or in square root property. But, according sa direction, solve each quadratic equation by factoring. So, magfa-factor tayo. So, nakikita natin naka-squared. So, pwede natin i-apply ang FOIL method. So, ibig sabihin yan, dalawa daw na x plus 2 na minumultiply is equal to 9. By FOIL method, first, outer, inner, last. So, magkakaroon tayo ng x squared plus 4x plus 4 is equal to 9. Combining like terms, we have x squared plus 4x. Meron ka daw pera na 4, pero may utang kang 9. Ano mas malaki? Utang mo ba o pera mo ba? Perang 4, utang na 9, syempre, mas malaki yung utang mo. Pag nagbayad ka ng 4, may utang ka pa rin na 5 is equal to 0. So, ayan na ay naka-arrange na sa ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Pwede na tayo mag-factor. Dalawang quantity. Yan. So, of course, we have x squared. Meron tayong x tsaka x. Negative and a positive. Okay? Negative dito. Ang chances nito, negative, positive, or positive, negative. So, ilagay natin. Pwede natin ilagay muna dito yung positive. Ito yung negative. O pwede naman baliktad. Okay? Pwede dito yung negative. Dito yung positive. Wala pa naman tayong number. Now, 5 factors daw ng 5. 1 times 5. Dito ko ilagay ang 1, dito ko lagay ang 5, or dito ko lagay ang 5, dito ko lagay ang 1. Saan kaya? So, titignan natin si linear term. 4. Ano yung 4? Positive. Ibig sabihin, kailangan daw mas malaki yung positive. So, sa 5 at 1, mas malaki ang 5. So, ilalagay natin sa plus si 5. Si 1 naman is sa negative side. Dahil dito, pag minultiply mo ang 5, positive 5, at negative 1, negative 5. Positive times up negative is negative. Now, i-add mo naman daw. Meron kang perang 5, meron kang perang 5, meron kang utang na 1. Pag nagbayad ka, meron ka pang pera. So, meron kang perang 4. So, in this case, meron na tayong dalawa na namang solution or dalawang equation na magagawa. X plus 5 is equal to 0 at yung isa, x minus 1 equals 0. So, ilipat lang natin sa kabila or by eliminating method, we have x is equal to negative 5 and x is equal to 1. So, this is your answer for number 2. These are the roots for the quadratic equation. Okay, next. Number 3, we have x squared is equal to 40 minus 18x. Mapapansin natin dito sa number 3, hindi pa siya naka-arrange into ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. I-arrange muna natin siya. So, we have x squared plus 18x minus 40 is equal to 0. So, pwede na tayong mag-factor. Okay? We have x squared, so x dito, x dito. Tignan natin yung last term. We have subtract or negative. So, there are chances na positive, negative, or negative, negative, positive. Either way, pwede natin ilagay muna hanggat wala pa siyang value. So, I put positive here and negative here. Pwede naman siya magkabaliktad. Now, what are the factors of 40 na pwedeng maging basis natin sa linear term na magiging 18 pag minus o minus or inadd natin? So, dito, pwede kong sabihin na 20 times 2 para pag 20 minus 2, 18 ang lalabas. So, saan ko ilalagay si 20? Kung ano ang sign ng linear term. Yung mas malaki, dun mo ilalagay si 20. So, positive. So, ilalagay natin sa plus si 20. At yung minus, ilagay mo yung 2. 20 times 2 is 40. Since this is positive, negative, multiply, we have negative. And then you have 18 here. 20 minus 2 is 18. So, yan yung ating factor. We have x plus 20 equals 0. X minus 2 is equal to 0. X is equal to negative 20. And x is equal to positive 2. So, these are the roots for number 3. So, in number 4, y multiplied by y minus 7 is equal to 44. So, simplify muna natin to. So we have y squared minus 7y by distribution is equal to 44. Since it is not yet arranged in ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, arrange muna natin siya. So y squared minus 7y, lipat lang sa kabila si 44, positive, magiging negative 44, equals 0. So by factoring, okay, so y, negative, negative. So, ang chances natin pag negative ay plus at yung isa ay minus. 44. So, iisip ka ng factors ng 44 na magbe-base tayo sa lalabas sa linear term, which is 7. So, this is 11 times 4 para maging 44. 11 minus 4, 7. Okay? Kaya lang, saan ko ilalagay si 11, yung malaki? So, titingin tayo sa linear, which is negative. So, ilalagay natin si 11 sa negative at si 4 sa positive. Okay? So, we have two equations now. Y plus 4 is equal to 0. And then the other one is y minus 11 is equal to 0. So, y is equal to negative 4 and y is equal to 11. That's for number 4. Number 5, we have 2y squared plus y is equal to negative 11y. So 2y squared plus y plus 11y is equal to 0. Mapapansin natin dito, we have quadratic term and 2 linear term. Wala tayong naging constant. So, combine lang natin yung linear terms. So, we have 2y squared plus, since we have 1 here, plus 11, meron tayong 12y is equal to 0. So, common factors ng 2 at ang 12 ay 2. Common factor ng y squared at y is y. So, 2y. Okay? So, meron tayong y plus 6 is equal to 0. So, magkakaroon tayo ng dalawang equation dito dyan, which is 2y is equal to 0 at isang y plus 6 is equal to 0. Okay? So, 2y is equal to 0. Divide both sides by 2. Okay? Divide both sides by 2 para matanggal natin si 2 dyan. So, y is equal to 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. Sa kabila naman, meron tayong y plus 6 is equal to 0. So, ang gawin lang natin, y is equal to negative 6. Lumipat lang siya sa kabila. So, our answer is y is equal to 0 or y is equal to negative 6. That's the answer for number 5. Next number, we have number 6. Number 6, we have 2 times the quantity 3x squared minus 1 is equal to 6x plus 5. 2 times the quantity 3x squared minus 1 is equal to 11x. So, inad ko ang 6x plus 5x. Dito naman, let's distribute. So, 2 times 3x squared is 6x squared minus 2 times negative 1 is negative 2 is equal to 11x. Okay. So, we have 6x squared. Lipat sa kabila si 11x, magiging negative 11x minus 2 is equal to 0. So, by factoring, okay, so we have x and then another x and then we have a negative here and a negative here. So, chance ng negative dito ay positive, negative. So, we have a positive and we have a negative. So, let's try 6x times x is 6x squared. Okay? Tapos, tignan natin ngayon, since ito ay 2, isa lang naman na magiging factor natin dito, 2 times 1, ilagay natin si 2 sa negative at ilagay natin si 1 sa positive. So, we have 2 factors na i-equate natin sa 0. So, tignan natin kung tama yung factor natin by FOIL method. So, 6x times x, that will give us 6x squared. 6x times negative 2, we have negative 12x. And then 1 times x is positive 1x or x. And then positive 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. So combining these terms, we have 6x squared minus 11 x minus 2. So tama yung ating factor na ginawa. 6x plus 1, multiply it by x minus 2 is equal to 0. Pwede tayo magkaroon ng 2 equations na naka-equate sa 0. X minus 2 is equal to 0. Okay? So, dito, magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng 6. We have, go here. 6x is equal to negative 1. Divide both sides by 6. This would be cancel. Cancel na yan. X. And then equals negative 1 over 6. That is your first root. Second root, ilipat lang natin si negative 2 sa kabila. So that would be x equals 2. So these are the two roots of number 6. Number 7, we have 5m squared plus 20m plus 20 is equal to 0. Ano mapapansin natin sa quadratic term, linear term, constant term? They are all divisible by 5. So let's divide all by 5. Divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5, and of course 0 divided by 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, and then that would be cancelled. So ang natira natin ay m squared. 20 divided by 5 is 4m. 20 divided by 5 is still 4, is equal to 0 divided by 5 is 0. So m, we have m, plus and a plus. So wala tayong ibang gagawin kundi just copy kasi plus naman yun. Positive times positive is positive. So factors ng 4 na pwedeng mag-add or subtract, lalabas din ay 4. So that would be 2. So 2, 2. So papansin natin, they are the same. So that would be a square of binomial. So m plus 2 squared is equal to 0. Yan din yun. Parang ano. Okay. So we have m plus 2 is equal to 0. So ilipat lang natin si 2, positive 2, sa kabila para makuha natin yung value ng m. And m is equal to negative 2. So this is your answer for number 7. Number 8. X squared minus 7x is equal to 0. Papansin natin dito, quadratic and a linear term. So, ang gagawin lang natin, find their common factor. So, finding the common factor of x squared and 7x, negative 7x, we have x. will be multiplied. Ano mo multiply natin sa x para maging x squared? X. Ano mo multiply natin sa x para maging negative 7x? Negative 7 is equal to 0. By checking, we have to distribute x times x, x squared, x times negative 7, negative 7x. Okay. So we have x is equal to 0. X minus 7 is equal to 0. So yung isang answer na natin, x is equal to 0. Yung isa naman, x is equal to, lipat lang si negative 7 sa kabila, positive 7. So these are your answers for number 8. Next number, number 9. In number 9, we have 25x squared plus 10x plus 1 is equal to 0. So here, naka-arrange na siya ng ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So ifa-factor na lang natin siya. Two quantities equal to 0. Plus, plus, so meaning this is plus. Plus. Okay. 1 factor lang yun. That is 1 times 1. Now, here, in 25, x squared. So, meaning meron tayong x. Pero kailangan natin ng 25 na lumabas. Ano kaya yung factor niya? Na kailangan maging 10. So, yon. We have here 5x times 5x. 5x times 5x is 25x squared. So let's try. So 5x times 5x is 25x. 5x times 1 is 5x. 1 times 5x is 5x. And then 1 times 1 is 1. So dito, combining this term, we have 10x. Sorry, we have 2 squared pala doon. 25x squared. Okay? So 5x plus 5x plus 1. So ito na yan. That would be 5x is equal to negative 1. Dividing both sides by 5, we have to cancel this. So our answer is x is equal to negative 1 over 5. That is the factor or the root for number 9. Okay, number 10. We have 18x squared minus 39x equals 15. Arranging this in ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, we have 18x squared minus 39x minus 15 equals 0. Now, 18, negative 39, negative 15. What can you notice on that three numbers? They are all divisible by 3. So let's divide these three numbers by 3. And then let's divide 0 by 3. Okay? So we have 6x squared minus 13x minus 5 equals 0. So this is now the simplest form of the equation, and it is now arranged in ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. Then we have to look for the factors of this equation. Let's try some combination. 3x plus 1 and 2x minus 5. So 3x times 2x is 6x squared. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. Pwede kaya lumabas ang 13 dito. Let's try another combination. 2x plus 1 and then 3x minus 5. 6x plus 1 and x minus 5. At meron din tayong 6x minus 5 at x plus 1. Ano sa apat na ito ang factors ng 6x squared minus 13x minus 5 equals 0?
A few moments later.
Kung ito ang napili ninyo, tignan natin kung ito ang tamang sagot. So, ito ay equals 0. Let's try FOIL method. 3x times 2x. That will give us 6x squared. And then 3x times negative 5 is negative 15x. And then the inner would be 1 times 2x is 2x. And then the outer is 1 times negative 5 is still negative 5. That would be equated to 0 or equal 0. Then we have combining like terms. So 6x squared minus 13x minus 5 is equal to 0. So, tama yung ating factor na napili kasi nag-arrive tayo dun sa same equation nung finoil natin. So, ating factor ay 3x minus 1 plus 1 and 2x minus 5 equals 0. So, equate natin 3x plus 1 is equal to 0, 2x minus 5 equals 0. So, 3x is equal to negative 1. Nilipat natin yung 1 sa kabila, naging negative 1. Divide both sides by 3. By 3, meron tayong cancel na mangyayari. So, x is equal to negative 1/3. Sa kabila naman, 2x, lipat sa kabila si negative 5, magiging positive 5. And then, divide both sides by 2. Divide both sides by 2. By 2. 2 here would be cancelled. Then, we have x is equal to 5 over 2. So, our roots for number 10 is x is equal to negative 3 or x is equal to 5 over 2. I hope you like our lesson. I hope you understand it.